Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Isaac. I know it's been a couple days. So if you can't tell, I did get a new microphone. Hopefully it sounds okay here. I tested it on stream and Discord, but I haven't actually tested it here, so hopefully I'm not too quiet. I'm just going to record this episode, and then we'll go from there. I think, ironically, the sound is too loud in it. Maybe if I move the microphone a little bit closer. Try not to mess with the gain too much. It's a more expensive microphone, so... Well, I mean, it's not more expensive, but the quality is supposed to be higher. It was a $400 microphone. I got a $100 audio box, and, you know, there's a lot of things. We're gonna do an Isaac run today! So, hopefully this, what does this do? Right. And you just hunt after me, right? Yeah. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with it being dark. Thank you. I'm not looking for... Just give me something decent. I'll take it. Yeah, so I apologize about there being a delay in these coming out, and I've also had a delay in videos as of as of late. That's what I was trying to say. Also, what I just said recently. That's not bad. Not great, not bad. So, I apologize. I've been talking a lot, and like, excuse me, yelling a lot. That's why that's why I'm gonna be coughing in this. I'm sorry. I just don't mute myself every time I cough. Full warning. If you have a problem with that, please, like, just if you want to leave a comment, be like, yo, I'm sorry, the coughing bothers me, or like, hey, I got this far, and you're a fantastic person, but cover your fucking mouth. I did cover my mouth. I just don't mute myself when I cough, because I'm dumb, and I constantly forget that I need to enable my audio. That's why I don't use push to talk. I hate push to talk. When I do use it, most of the time, or something akin to push to talk, I never turn push to talk on. But like when, you know, I need to go for a second and I mute. There's like a, I seriously kid you not, 50 to 60% chance. No. I don't have a reroll yet. What am I thinking? I'd rather have the orbitals than that, because orbitals help me prevent damage that gives me a benefit when I've taken damage. So yeah, I've been very busy as of late. This class that I've been doing has been kicking my ass because it's team projects. Yay! I love teamwork. Honestly, most of my team members are good. I say most of them. Technically, that's not true, because out of the ones assigned, 3 of them are bad. Out of the 6-man group, I am one of the 6. Bad. Like, actively bad. So, it has been very, very frustrating. The class is called Building Functional Groups. The point of the class is to work together and build functional groups. Basically teaching us that, like, you can't just say one thing and it will always be that way, like you can on a solo project. Well, hasn't been going well. Needless to say. The last 2 weeks, I don't want you guys to be worried. I think I caught, like, a stomach bug because my stomach hurts a lot. It was right after eating something. It may also be, like, a minor ulcer, because dealing with this amount of stupidity hurts. Hurts so much. You know what? There's a chance that the person who I have a problem with may watch this. If you do, deal with it. This is how I want to address things. I'm not addressing it to you. I'm not going to give names. Not even going to say what school I'm going to here in this video. I've definitely talked about it before, but I'm not gonna say. Okay, I did technically say what class it is, but that's, you know, kind of important for what it is. So anyway, if you have a problem with it, grow up. I'm having a, you know, quote-unquote, a private discussion in public, if that makes any sense. Like, if I'm sitting at a table having a discussion with my friends, that's our discussion. Yeah, other people can hear it. You can react to it, too. I'll give you the same response. You can fudge right off if you have a problem with it. So yeah, building functional groups is what we're doing. So it's basically just it's probably just a filler credit, but it might be like a mandatory thing for colleges in order to give a game design degree. It may not. They may incorporate it into other things, because the other part of this assignment is working on design documents for games. That's the essence of, or sorry, that's the project, but the class is about working together as a group effectively in a like low impact environment, because it is. It's not like we're actually working on a game or something, excuse me, more pressing. So if people mess up on this, there actually is slack that can be picked up. And I have done that. I picked up a lot of the slack of my group, which is a good and bad thing. Hold on, I'm getting some high quality H2O, and by that I mean I'm getting some soda. You hear that man? That, so my new microphone, one of the things is I think it has like a really good, it's not the right term, but noise gate on it. The gain seems pretty good. So like right there, I don't actually know if the pouring sound was happening. Hopefully it wasn't. I know that in the Skull episodes I had, God, you can hear the clickety-clack of my controller really bad. I'm sure it's going to be the same for Foregone, Sekiro. And I pick up my controller, I'm like, ow. Wait, I have this a lot closer to the mic than I want it. I have the arms of my chair up. So this would be me vigorously jerking the controls. Obviously, you know, the closer I hold it, but this is where I normally would have it. And the noise is there. So hopefully that makes it easier for any upcoming videos and stuff that you guys can watch. I apologize. I didn't notice it until after. I got in one of those things where it's like, I want to record now. So I got a good amount of videos recorded, and then I was listening back in on one of them afterwards, and it's like, oh shit. But I don't want to just scrap like 8 videos, because I did have some very unique things happening in them. I think I had 2... God, it's even more. It's actually more than 8 videos. I already uploaded the 3 of the Skull. I think there's a 4th one I have ready to go. Or I uploaded the 4th one and haven't made it go live yet. Yeah. I didn't want to just delete them. I know there's definitely an argument to be made for I should, if I don't think they're like up to snuff or whatever, but they're gonna go up, and we're gonna move on from mistakes of the past. Doesn't help your attack first. Okay. Yeah. So, unfortunately, those videos are just gonna be kind of crappy because of the audio in it. And I apologize about that. I'm just gonna work on it in the future. I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube. Actually, I think I have over 2,000. I think I have 2,000 videos live on YouTube. Sorry. I'm not gonna like super stress out about 1 or 2. And by that I mean 10. So I did 4 of Sekiro. Sekiro's it's a 4-part series. Spoiler, it just ends at 4 parts, and then I moved it to stream. It didn't go well. So, sorry. It's a spoiler for it. I guess I should take the holy poop. No reason not to. No reason I know not to. But yeah, so there was 4 episodes of Sekiro, 4 episodes of Skull, 2 or 3 episodes of Foregone, and 1 episode of Exit the Gungeon. That one I go back and forth. I didn't know which controller or not, which one I wanted to use more. I'm pretty sure I decided on keyboard and mouse. I think. It's weird, because, like, when it comes to platforming, I always want to... Hey! Secret tunnel! Ow. Dicks! And when it comes to platformers, I always want to play... I'll definitely take the Common Cold. Common Cold is solid. Oh, if you are actually worried that I'm sick, my nose is stuffy. So, it's not Corona. If you're actually concerned about me. And if I do get it, I'll be fine. My dad works in a hospital, so... Honestly, it's a matter of time. Which is why, like, I haven't stressed about it. I know that super hardcore dates this video, but... I also have kind of made it a point to date my own videos. You know, no one else will date me. Yeah, but anyway. I've had a cold and I haven't really been able to break it because I'm just stressed always. And the class hasn't helped it at all. But, yeah, I didn't want to throw away, like, 12 videos, I think it was. Approximately. So I apologize about the volume on those. Hopefully they'll be better in the future. This one may be really quiet. If it is, I'll work on that in the future. Well, that's not very professional. You're damn right it's not. I'm not a very professional person. Sadly to say. I don't know. I think it's part of my charm to be this disorganized. And I don't like to stress about unnecessary things. Which gets me right back to the necessary thing to stress about. Actually, I've been working on avoiding it. Like, stressing about it in any fashion. But with the team project, we were supposed to have 6 people in it. One of them didn't even show up, so I think they dropped out of school. Dropped out of school. I don't know, something happened to them. They're not there anymore. Literally never notified us of literally anything. No. Yes? Alright, well, I don't know if this is good or not, but it's what I have now. I have a rotten pig head. So the class has been an absolute nightmare because we immediately lost a team member, literally from the get-go. And the work is enough for 6 to 8 people, because some of the groups go up to 8. Ours stayed at 6. So already we're down to 5 members, which is really bad, because that just means we have extra work to do. Because he doesn't lighten the load at all, which I guess technically is, like, it gets you prepared for the industry. But I'm learning how to work as a team, not get screwed over because half the team quit. Yeah, the launch date doesn't change if half the team quits, but my boss won't hold it against me. And if he does, I need to find a new boss as quick as humanly possible, because he's an idiot. They're just things that you need to work around. You know, uncontrollable things. Like, seriously. So anyway, we were down a member, like, right off the bat. And I thought, oh, hello, you continue? Did you stop? Yeah, okay, cool. So that's already bad enough that we're just flat down a member. And one of the members has since quit. Like, he actually dropped out of school. And if you're watching, yeah, I'm poking fun at you for this. I said it to your face, so don't get too upset. He has, as weird as it is to say this, I don't really know a good way to word this, but he's been corrupted by the coronavirus. Not he has it. He's so corrupted on the idea of it that he thinks it's literally the end of the world and he can't do the schoolwork. Now, you might be like, social distancing. Keep in mind, I'm going to school online. Everyone in the class is an online student. I do not want to hear any arguments. It's online. And it's not even my internet's getting turned off. He has made himself sick. Not like trying to prove a point that Corona doesn't exist. He has worried himself so much he has gotten himself sick. And I feel bad for him because he has actually just worked himself into such a tizzy that he has gotten this sick. And that's obviously not a good thing. Damn. Really hoping that was the secret room. Right, secret room can't be beside the boss, I believe. So, he quit. Now we're down to 4 members. And that was, he quit very, very poorly. It was one of the most frustrating things to deal with literally in this entire assignment, was that he quit. But we had to make him quit because he wasn't taking responsibility for it. He wasn't communicating with the team effectively, and I'm probably gonna be like saying stuff like communicating and blah blah blah. It sounds like kind of buzzy words, buzz terms, buzzwords, whatever that word is to identify it. But he basically told us like a day before one of the assignments was due that he wasn't going to be able to handle his part of it, which meant I had to do it because it involved editing a promo trailer thing, and I'm the only one who had editing software besides him. So the fact that I had to pick that up is not anyone else's fault. It's his because he did not communicate that he was going to be like this terrified about it, and I got very frustrated with him about the whole thing. Well, I have no problem with anyone trying to be cautious, trying to take care of social distancing or anything else like that. That doesn't stop you from talking on the internet or even typing, so I don't really want to hear it. But, also, you can't let your life be ruled by fear, because now he has to retake the entire class. It was like before the 3rd week's assignment was due, he dropped out. So he was very close to being done this class. If he had just communicated better, no one would have been that angry or upset or anything like that. I basically straight up told him, if I have to do your work, I will make sure you get a 0 on this assignment, because you didn't do what you were supposed to. And I would expect the same from anyone in my group if I literally shucked off any responsibility I had to an assignment. Then if someone else has to do it, you can take my name off of it. Obviously, it's not a permission thing. It's you can do literally whatever the hell you want. Which I did get upset with him because he was like, I guess it's fine if you take my name off of it. And it's like, of course it is. You're making me do several more hours of work because you did not communicate with us at all. Or his communication was lax. If you're ever concerned if someone isn't hearing what you mean or something like that. Sorry, I had to get more high quality H2O with carbonation. Ask follow-up questions. Don't just assume someone knows what you're talking about, because 9 times out of 10 they don't. And the reason I'm saying 9 times out of 10, obviously people can listen and understand beyond it, but is it something you want to risk? The bigger the thing is, the more you need to elaborate. Or like the more pressing, you know what I'm saying, the more important it is. He said he would not be there for the meeting because he was sick. Don't want to hear it because I'm sick. Like, at the time I had a fever. Fever's almost all gone. I'm pretty sure the fever was a stress-induced fever and a lack of sleep fever. So, because I'd been up till like 5 a.m. every night working on this assignment, or working in the group, like communicating like what our ideas are. I don't blame some of the other ones. They lead regular people lives where they're not up all friggin' night anyway. But that's why none of my videos have been coming out, is because I haven't, like, besides my backlog, which I once again was struggling just making sure that I had the thumbnails ready for, because I'm bad at making thumbnails. And at the very least, I wanted those to be more complete. I might forgo them for, like, Sekiro. I might forgo them for all of them and then just work on them going forward again. I don't know. We'll think about it. The longer I intend on the series going, the more apt I am to make thumbnails. And you might be like, but Ayumu, you haven't made a damn thumbnail once for this Isaac series. I know. I want to fix it. I don't know what I want to do for my thumbnail. Oh man, we got Sprung.
One makes you larger.
Pretty sure both these are crap. So, no, this one isn't. That's divorce papers. Never mind. When dead, respawn as black. No. 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 There's an argument to be made. I could pick it up to get the book. That really that recharges my item, doesn't it? Yeah. Can I go back in there? No? That's fine. Sorry, I went back in here because I thought that was a tinted rock because of one of the bugs moving on the ground. The larvae. The larvae. The larves. Yeah, so the, I also forgot I have identifier mod on. I should have just looked at it. It's been extremely frustrating. Do not like kidney stone. I love the Halo. It's been very frustrating dealing with the assignment as a whole, because the teacher does not communicate worth shit. Which I think I may have brought up in a previous video, but now one of our teammates refuses to communicate worth shit. I feel like I'm pretty good at communication. At least verbalizing my thoughts. In a group setting. Obviously on YouTube I don't do the best job. YouTube and Twitch. I don't do the best job. Part of it is I get embarrassed because it a lot of time it feels like I'm making the same excuse over and over and over again. So I get embarrassed at it, and that's why I don't say it all that often. Also, I understand YouTube at 2 levels. There are people like me with, when I'm watching one of my favorite content creators, and they're like, man, I need to take a break. I'm like, dude, take the break, you need it. Like, you gotta take the time for yourself. Even people who say that still go find other videos to watch. There's nothing wrong with that. It's literally just the way it has to work. Because they're not going to stop watching literally all content, like, flat, just because I'm not making it, or someone else isn't making it. So it's my job to work as quick as humanly possible for me, given the circumstances, to, excuse me, better myself, better the situation, what have you. Oh, that's crap. part up. That's okay. Not as good as Bumbo, like that would be in Bumbo. Bumbo, that would be like top tier. Which I don't know if that is a reference to Bumbo or not. I love piercing. Oh my goodness, I am sorry. Oh no, he's got the dry cough! I'm sorry. Like, so I make fun of the issue so much. Because one, it's literally how I handle things. But also a lot of people I know are blowing it ungodly out of proportion. Like, I know some people personally who are the hoard 500 toilet paper rolls. That's disgusting. When there's nothing left to wipe our bums with, we will eat the poor. Wait, rich. No, I mean wipe our butts with the rich. Butchered that one. Yeah, so it's the teammate who has now introduced many more problems, is under the assumption that we have a near, or at least it appears that way, because they don't communicate worth shit. They just don't. They just, if we have something we need to discuss, and we're discussing it, if you need to go to the bathroom, no one's upset. People gotta poop. People gotta pee. Just be like, hey guys, hold on a moment. I gotta go drop the maddest Duke in the world. You know, you don't obviously have to say that. Some people have, what's that thing called? Like, dignity? Something weird like that. But you can just excuse your, like, I need to use the restroom. No one's gonna be upset. Even if it's in the middle of conversation. Like, some people, when they gotta go, they gotta go. Because of surgery I've had, a lot of the time that's how I am as well. If I have to go now. And that's fine. If someone has a problem with that, they can stuff it. People use the bathroom. Get over it. Like, I don't know anyone who gets upset if someone's like, I need to use the bathroom. Use it the 15th time? Still don't really care. Like, I'll jokingly get mad, but I'll never actually be mad at someone. You have to use the bathroom, you have to use the bathroom. I don't care. Use the friggin' bathroom. Doesn't say anything. At all. Doesn't... Why am I not losing HP? What do I have that makes me sometimes not lose HP? Okay. Weird? Yeah, but if you don't tell me that you need to go, like if we're gonna... I have retro in this one too? Oh man, I forgot. That's like... Is it Eternal Retro? That only affected one floor. Maybe I'm just wrong. Yeah, I'm not gonna be upset. Like, we all have to go to the bathroom at times. Just communicate. You don't have to... You know what? If you gotta go now, it is an emergency, then just deafen yourself. Because then, if we look over at Discord, we're using Discord specifically, we look over at Discord, we'll notice that you're deafened. And then at the very least, we have an identifying factor of, oh, they're deafened, they must want something. Except, they will deafen for literally no reason. They will just deafen. And we're sitting there like, okay, you want to talk to us? Because we can kick you out of the group if you refuse to talk to us. I legitimately don't think we can kick out of the group, but we can make sure they get a 0. Because I'm willing to step up and do what needs to be done, because I will never take this class again. The teacher does not explain things well. He does not present the notes well. When giving feedback, he does it extremely poorly. I'm talking like he's supposed to be given feedback and he copies and pastes what he gave to the last group. So it's all generic feedback. And while generic feedback is not inherently wrong, when you tell us that you're giving us specific feedback and then give us generic feedback, it is wrong because you lied to us. Well, it's not a big lie. Right? It's not. Still a lie. Well, he's really busy. He has to manage, like, 13 other groups. Cool. I didn't ask him to be a teacher. I didn't ask him to be a teacher in such a sped-through program, because the entire point of my program is that it goes extremely quickly. Like, it's 2 years, 2.5 years, which actually, if you legitimately look at it, isn't that quick. But it's like 2.5 years for a bachelor's degree, but it's 2 years straight. So, it's just constant school. Like, I mean, summer break is... Some colleges get out in May. Yeah, usually graduation's around May, so it's like halfway through May. So it's June, July, August, and they usually start in September, usually around like the 15th. So it's 4 months off. So take that 4 years, that's 16 months. Subtract that from what the previous is, that's a whole year gone, then 4, which is roughly half a year. So it's not actually even that much of a sped up program. It's just a straight through program. The classes are more sped up because we don't take 5 classes at once or 3 or whatever. You take 1 class at a time, and it lasts for a month. So if you look at like a lot of classes, they have I don't know, 1 to 3 meetings a month, a week. So instead, ours is all jam-packed. So that's how we get through it fast, which is fine. I specifically took it because there wasn't going to be like huge breaks and the school had no hidden fees and bullshit like that. I mean, there are a couple hidden fees that I don't agree with, but like ultimately there aren't hidden fees, because the hidden fees are like on FAFSA. Like they're like, oh, we need a processing fee, but I've never seen a school not have a hidden FAFSA fee. And they did tell us about it. I'm just like, why should I have to pay it? I'm paying you guys $50,000. Why do I have to pay you an extra $300 for FAFSA fees? To get the money I'm borrowing. Why do I have to pay you like? I don't know how I got around that. Like, did I produce the poop? Well, that's weird. Yeah, I don't care. Like, why are you taking that money from me? That's just a pet peeve of mine for every institute I've ever seen for school. My brother's wife, me, my brother, we all went to different schools, and they all did that. So, with 7 schools on the roster, to like analyze that from, I'm assuming it's just all schools do that. They have that as a dumb hidden fee. But with ours, the $50,000 includes a damn good laptop. It's like a $3,000 to $5,000 laptop. It's something that going into the industry, if I needed to provide my own laptop, it would work. Sorry, laptop, any kind of workspace. Which, you know, obviously you shouldn't have to provide your own, let's just say. Because I could be working for like a super indie company. Or something like that. Or a startup, I guess, would be not super indie. They're so indie they don't exist. Sugar snackies. But the class is very, very frustrating to deal with. The teacher has everything very vague, and he does literally the worst teaching style ever. I do not say this lightly. I would like him to be fired. Because he does not understand the fundamentals of teaching. And you could be like, oh, but do you know the fundamentals? I know one very important thing. Tricking students so that they, like, purposely get a lower grade, or refusing to give students a higher grade because, I don't know, your ego is shoved so far up your ass, is embarrassing. And the reason I specifically word it that way is, death is coming for us, is that, he grades aside, he gives, pop that just so I have some HP. The way he grades assignments is that you should already know what he wants, but he will not tell you what he wants. It is your job to figure out what he is trying to communicate to you. If you do not read his mind, you get and you follow the instructions to a T, you get a 70 at maximum. That is actually embarrassing in my mind. If you think that, or sorry, 70, sorry, 80. I misspoke. And they're very abstract as to, blue cap isn't bad. What he's looking for. But he knows exactly what he's looking for. That's why I'm so bothered by it. So he'll say things like, you need to answer these 4 questions. And any other questions you think might need to be answered. What questions? I don't know what you mean. Look, I promise, I will answer the questions if you tell me what they are. I will do my best. But I don't know. Oh, it's for 30 seconds. I don't know what you're saying. And when you ask him questions, he gives shitty feedback. The feedback he gave specifically on that is, if you're going to, because it's like we're working to describe our own game basically. Could you describe your favorite game by answering only these 4 questions? What genre is it? What platform is it on? What is it about? What do you do in the game? Now, there's multiple ways to look at that. Yes and no, I can. It depends on how you define, like, cross categories. Oh, 3 spirit hearts and a red heart. Game wants me to keep shit talking the teacher, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna take petrified poop. But like, if I'm talking about the music, is that what the game's about? Is that what the player does? Yeah, it's in the game, so isn't that, like, part of... No! It's its own section. Okay. If you talk about what the game looks like, well, you're clearly referring to the art section. Okay. So what we put in, because we did actually think about those, is we said you can't talk about a game without art and music. It's my opinion on it. So he didn't like that response. He's like, remember, you need at least 4 to get full credit on this secondary thing that I made up because I'm dumb. Oh. Why did you tell us we can put as many as we want then and didn't specify we need 4? You have a number in your head. For each one we don't put in, you take off 5 points to a maximum of 20 points. If you were going to take off points specifically, Why didn't you tell us that you needed to come up with 4 different angles? Or whatever. So one of them is embarrassing. But I got confirmation on the teacher that this is one of them. The perspective the game takes place. Now you might be like, what do you mean by the perspective? I mean, is it first, second, or third person? I forgot my camera's not on. I did the thing where it's like you just look at the camera and you're like, fucking really? But the teacher did not convey that he has specific standards that he wants on it, which I don't mind even that that's the standard. Just tell me about it. Be like, you need to discuss the art direction that the game's going in, the audio design that the game's going in. You need to discuss, AI work, which is what the game does, so I don't agree with it. That's just me. Because that's, hold on just one moment. Okay, sorry about that. That was my dad asked me to move snow because, of course, it's almost April and it's snowed like 10 inches. Maine is a good place. I don't like the snow. What's that? Hematemesis. Did that give me an extra heart? I don't know how low I was, but all of his assignments have a hidden section on them. Now, okay, one, literally any hidden section, you're just trying to lower the grade curve. You could argue that he's trying to get you to think critically. Think critically about what the assignment is that he's presenting, because we have, that has been literally the most frustrating thing, is I'm trying to constantly decipher what he wants us to do. I do not understand. I don't know what he wants us to do for it. He is a bad teacher. So, when I say I want him to be fired, if he can improve, that is awesome. Heck yeah, dude. All the keys. I never have a problem with that. Tammy's head? Nah. Because if anyone can improve, that's awesome. I totally stand by anyone working to improve in any fashion. I feel like teaching school shouldn't, it's not like, it's a doctorate, it's like, I don't know, like how to something. This is the entire purpose of this class right here, is to make sure that we understand the basics and the fundamentals and everything like that about group work. I can say for certain, my group has come closer together, because you are a common enemy to every member in the group. None of us understand what you want. And that's the other thing. There's something to be said about, like, passing rates and stuff on teachers. If it's 20% of the class who fails, approximately, these aren't, like, hard numbers, I'm just making shit up. But if it's 20% of the class who fails, it is probably not the teacher's fault. With one of the assignments he put out, which is the most recent one that took so long to get done, the teacher told us what the average grade out of, his expected average grade out of every student in the class, and then the, like, documented average grade. So he told us, like, normally this is the grade that people get. 45 to 60 is what 90% of students get. Somewhere between there. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if almost every kid fails, it is no longer the kid's fault. Or I say kid, I mean, this is college. But it is no longer the student's fault if almost every single student fails. It means it is the teacher's fault. The teacher did not do his job. I will accept blame wherever it is, applicable to me. It is not my fault if you don't explain what I'm supposed to do and then grade me on what you did not explain. Because I kid you not, one of the assignments that he did that for, he didn't tell us we needed some extra thing, so we lost 20 points immediately because we didn't understand what he was talking about. We thought we had everything that we needed for our game. And then he, immediately, the highest possible grade we could have gotten is... Yes. The highest grade possible. No. The highest grade possible we could have gotten turned out to be an 80, which is already a C. Like, that is in my opinion, that's a bad grade. Anything below an 85 is a bad grade. Because, that's my standard of grading. I do have a pseudo-high standard. If it's not a B, it's, equivalent to failing, in my mind. Depending on, what the reasons are. Ultimately, I don't really care. I just want to pass. Oh, well, that doesn't show commitment. Look, this is school. That one class doesn't mean anything. It's ultimately doesn't mean anything. What really means something is my degree and the products I can produce thereafter. If I have what I consider an understanding of what the assignment holds or what the class holds, even if I didn't perform as well, I still got what I needed out of it. So, oh, by the way, it's 7:30 in the morning. That's why my dad, he came home from work. But it's those kind of things. With most students failing it, you can no longer blame the student. And some of the classes I have gotten lower grades on. One of them, the teacher fundamentally misunderstood his own course. Oh, you can't say that. Maybe you misunderstood it. He told us to use something from a previous class that completely contradicts it and never said anything about it contradicting it until until he gave the final grade, which he took 2 weeks to grade. In a 1-month course, he took 2 weeks to grade the final test, which was vital for our next class. So, sorry, you don't get that pass anymore. So yeah. It has been very frustrating, and one of our teammates says that she understands it, but doesn't even understand the fact that there is a time limit on it. With the assignment, we have to make a presentation that's under 10 minutes long. Fine. Whatever. That's very clear. If it goes over 10 minutes, specifically, if it goes literally anything over 10 minutes, so if it's 10 minutes 1 second, you get an automatic 0. You were given a 10-minute time slot. If it is over that, you fail. That's fine. That's how restrictions work on things. No problem. It'd be the same thing as, for gaming in general. You have a budget. You as the little worker guy can't go over the budget. Obviously, execs can do what execs do. But you are... I want this. There's a star in there somewhere. But as the little bottom guy, you have what your assignment is. However you want to word what your assignment is. Whether it's you need to make a level, blah, blah, blah. So if you need to do, the voice acting on it, and you're given a budget of X, and you decide, no, I want a bigger budget. I'm going to hire Yuri Lowenthal and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Steve Buscemi, Barack Obama, I don't know. I'm trying to think of people who have, ridiculously high budgets. you're gonna go over your budget, and then you fail. No, because you can't go over the financial limit. So that's one of the things it's supposed to teach, or you know, it's just a general assignment. You're given the assignment. Don't grossly go over it because that's not what you're supposed to do anyway. So we're given it a 10-minute time slot. What we currently have is 7 minutes even. And they wanted to add in over 10 minutes of fluff content to it. And when we said, no, we're not going to do that, she didn't understand. She thought we were bullying her. Because I said, no, we don't have room for that. But that's not good enough. Where's the maze effect? She wanted a longer assignment. God dang it, I'm trying to finish this. I have to help my dad. So she wanted the assignment to be her vision, which I won't lie. Everything has fit my vision for it, technically, because I've been very willing to work around what the vision is. I'm just gonna take Epicac now. We'll reroll that, which is awesome. Because I do understand that this is a sure. Sure. Actually, we're just double this one. That this is not the most vital assignment. The point is to work on functional groups. The whole point is to teach us that. This I think actually made this go slower. Hey, that's what the shooting star looks like. That looked really cool. I'd love to get this out. Hitting random buttons. I think I may have wasted a reroll. Not sure if I did or didn't. If I did, oops. That doesn't speed things. But yeah, it's the whole point is to work in groups and have a good structure or at least idea of what it can be like, just in case you've never worked in a group. I think the class is a little silly, but I don't have a problem with it inherently. So, sure. Just grant me the sweet Lisa out of this run. I want literally this run. But I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna purposely die. I wanna win. Yeah, so that's very, very frustrated. Cannot stress it enough, like how frustrated I am. And the teammate has done nothing to alleviate that stress because they don't understand the basics of communication. Which sounds mean, but when I say that, I mean the fact that they aren't doing it at all. They are... I don't know what I got hit by. Missing such basic fundamentals. It's a team assignment. If your idea is not the one that gets picked, that sucks. Your idea will rarely be picked because you're at the bottom of the list, as we all are. So, thank you very much. I'm sorry that didn't like fully wrap up or anything, but I'm gonna go help my dad with stuff. So, thank you very much, everyone. See you later. Bye.